Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the Managing Director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. As the title of this video suggests, we're discussing casinos, and we've been discussing this. This has kind of been a little pet issue, if you want to call it that, pet topic of mine for a number of years here in Thailand. I actually worked when I was a younger guy, and definitely a lot thinner guy, in a casino. I worked in the gaming industry while I went through law school, and even shortly thereafter. You know, I've been in that industry, and I've definitely seen it firsthand. So I can say that there are pros and cons to it, and the pros are substantial in some cases, and the cons are substantial in some cases. And any analysis of the possibility of legalization of gambling should be scrutinized heavily. I'll put it that way. Now, that said, a recent article from ASEAN Now, that's ASEANnow.com, article is titled, Parliament Agrees to Set Up, quote, Casino Commission, unquote, idea to get gambling money from foreign tourists gains momentum. Quoting directly, the latest plan to open a legal casino in Thailand to get money from foreign tourists and picking, it looks like I think they meant is picking up steam at a fast rate. Quoting further, following a debate in the House last week, there was widespread cross-party consensus and many comments from leading politicians in support of the idea. It has now been decided to set up a commission. The vote for this shows the level of support the idea is garnering, and this was notable. 310 for, 9 against, and 10 abstentions. So that's a pretty strong vote of favorability, at least in favor of studying the issue. Quoting further, the commission will be cross-party, reported Sanook, and that's ASEAN Now is sort of translating and passing information along from Sanook, and has 90 days to report its findings. So it'll be interesting to watch this evolve. I'm kind of a big believer that a single casino may not be the best way to go. You know, if you're going to do things with gaming, in my opinion, there's big pros and cons. There's big ups and downsides. You have to really analyze everything, especially in the context of the local jurisdiction. And here in Thailand, I'm sure they will do that through the lens of what's best for Thailand, you know, at a very detailed level, I expect, actually. But that said, it's been my experience, just having been in multiple jurisdictions where gaming is legal and having worked in the industry, a single venue, if you will, can actually, in some cases, be the worst of all worlds because it has a lot of the cons and it doesn't sort of, if you will, spread around the economic boon. So, for example, and who knows how this will play out, and I'm just kind of engaging in some speculation here, but if they came up with, for example, a licensing scheme where, for example, small venues, for example, bars or maybe even restaurants or something like this could have one table where people could play cards, for example, poker or something. I mean, this was, I don't know now what this is like in the U.S., but at one time, I remember in the States there was sort of almost a fad of, a lot of poker was played in a lot of places, and not casino gambling, but just, played kind of for fun. You'd win prizes or whatever. I can see multiple different ways of approaching the issue of gaming in Thailand, and there are ways in which gaming can be very beneficial, even at a very, street level, a grassroots level, sort of an SME level. At the same time, obviously, state actors, parliament, the government, they're going to want tax revenue. And when you've got one venue that you can go to just get your tax money out of, it does make it easier. Now, that said, I can see it run both ways. I will be very interested to see how this commission analyzes the overall issue, and I'll be very curious to watch how exactly, if this comes to pass, and it's not a foregone conclusion we'll ever see gambling in Thailand. They may decide it's not the best thing for the country. But that said, if they do, it'll be interesting to see what the analysis is about what's best for Thailand, and we'll certainly keep you updated on this channel as the situation evolves.